been a long road since the original Kicker christened that first pickup truck. It kicked off a car audio renaissance, and upgrading your music in a vehicle was a requirement. America's music machine became living loud over your passion, your emotion, your existence. Outdoors or on the open road, your sound is Kicker.
Do not attempt to adjust this transmission. We have assumed control.
The year is 1980. Music fights for its very survival in an acoustically desolate wasteland man calls automobile. Enter Steve Irby, a man whose love of music helped end this scourge forever and forge a path for modern car audio to follow. A humble musician with a passion for quality sound, Mr. Irby is a man who feels it is his destiny to provide a sanctuary for mobile audio. Welcome. Join us this evening as we venture back to the very night a young Steve Irby gains his inspiration to create the legacy we know today as Kicker Performance Audio. Though he does not realize it now, by this time tomorrow, Mr. Irby will have completed blueprints for the original Kicker and champion the war against mobile audio inequality. Tonight, Mr. Irby's prayers will be answered as he begins his quest into the Q Zone. Kicker L7QB8. With roots dating back to Kicker's inception, Mr. Irby and his team of engineers have achieved an unrivaled level of design and functionality. With extraordinary bass and a minimal footprint, the L7QB8 utilizes a seamless quarter-inch extruded aluminum housing, allowing optimal internal air volume for the subwoofer.
Yeah, I can kind of hear you.
Designed for
live feed audio coming.
Stability.
So the live feed audio is probably a little
Like
louder
the
for me right
original
now.
Kicker,
Yeah.
the L7QB8
cool.
incorporates a
But you can't hear me and I can
unique
hear you.
passive
Sound good.
radiator to minimize required airspace while optimizing the efficiency and frequency response of the subwoofer. Opposite the passive radiator,
I bring Andy
the
in.
L7QB8 is equipped with
Andy
the
McGill, you there?
8-inch L7 square subwoofer. The 2016
I'm not getting any audio. He's muted. Unmute him.
L7 features an aluminum basket.
Oh, you're
for
muted, Andy.
exceptional strength
I'm
and
live now.
thin
Here we go.
heat sink.
There you go.
For efficient
Okay,
heat
we're
dissipation.
actually live now. The pre-roll's running over on the left-hand side. I just wanted to bring you in real quick and do a mic check, make sure you're getting audio. Sandy, are you hearing us on the headset?
Yeah, I can hear you guys.
That's what you should. Okay, Andy, looks good. Thank you, sir. We'll see you live here in just a minute.
Clarity, higher volume, and added reliability. The square cone features over 20% more surface area than round subwoofers. It's attached to a Santoprene surround, then stitched to the cone for long life and durability. This surround features Kicker's patented ribbed corners, which fully dictates cone motion and extends surround life. At the base of the unit, a pair of custom-formed flanges integrate seamlessly with an extremely low-profile mounting system, consisting simply of a mounting plate and ball. Once installed, the overall height of the enclosure is only 9.5 inches. This profile is small enough to work perfectly in countless trucks, sedans, and SUVs. Once again, Kicker sets a new standard with the groundbreaking design and unparalleled performance of the all-new L7 QB8. Flash! This just in. Extra low frequencies detected emanating from the heavens. Saucer-shaped objects confirmed all over the world. Unidentified flying K saucers spotted delivering Kicker's amazing new Comp-Q super woofer. Built for precision, built for abuse, built for the future and benefit of mankind. Kicker's new Comp-Q woofer leaves audiences astounded and amazed as it reveals subtleties in their favorite music in a way that is sure to make women blush and grown men cry. The surround features Kicker's variable cross-section high-roll design, allowing extended cone travel and excellent cone control. It's firmly attached to the cone, reinforced with our iconic stitching. Betsy Ross would be so proud. The injection-molded solo cone and laser X cone brace combined in a single ultra-rigid unit. Venting in the brace relieves performance-robbing back pressure. All this adds up to very low distortion and amazingly clean low bass. The progressive roll blue lace spider adds even more cone control at maximum excursion. The woven tinsel leads are sandwiched between the spider and the lace for durability and long life and to prosper. The spring terminal's heavy-duty square design accepts wires as big as 8-gauge or two 12-gauge wires for multi-sub installations. The high-temp voice coil is rumored to be spun upon the looms of the gods of polyamide fiberglass, along with a reinforced former for high strength and power handling. Now, add colossal magnets, plus a cavernous bump backplate, an extended pole piece created in a single forging, the likes that haven't been seen since the creation of Poseidon's trident. And the result is a driver with superior control and effective heat dissipation that extreme performance demands. The all-new KICKER Comp-Q is designed from the ground up to deliver everything you demand from a premium subwoofer. High output, deep, powerful, accurate bass, remarkably small enclosure requirements, stunning good looks, and not to mention the ability to frighten small children when turned up to 11. So there you have it, the all-new KICKER Comp-Q subwoofer, another zenith of innovation and epic majesty from KICKER.
I built my first speaker to be louder. I was playing in a band and the drummer played so loud and the keyboard that I had wouldn't play very loud, and I went to my dad and said, I need a bigger speaker. It's a Fender Bandmaster, it costs $300. He dropped the newspaper. that said $300. Yeah, but he didn't say no. He said, is it something that we could build? And so that's how I got started building speakers. The thing that I love to see is a product that we made and get to stand back kind of anonymously and watch somebody take a look at it, listen to it, and go, wow. I think that's what really lights my fires, to make products that people enjoy and have fun with. As time went on, I heard people say, Kicker's like a family. I actually didn't set out to do that. I thought it sounded kind of hokey. I thought they were insincere and just saying that. After a few years, I realized, yeah, maybe that's what we've got. And that's the key, is the good people on your team in the band that makes the band really great. Well, I think Kicker is primarily a lifestyle company. That's a little backwards of where I started. I thought we were a technology company and we would make great products, but as time went on, realized that it's about people and helping people to enjoy their life and what they do. And that's what I do too. So share the love a little bit, I guess. Hey everybody, this is Steve Irby from Kicker, and I've got a special Christmas message for you. And we're going to talk about the kicker night before Christmas. So here we go. 'Twas the night before Christmas, when all through the shop, not a speaker was playing and there was no loud bass drop. The orders were placed in the computer with care in hopes that there might be some stock to ship there. FedEx trucks were backed right up to the dock. They were ready to roll and beat Santa's clock when from up in the air there came a great sound. It was Santa's new ride, and it really did pound. He had 8 monster woofers, 1 for each deer, and up front were 8 tweeters that sounded so clear. So what can we say? Santa ruled that night. In his new kicker system, it sounded just right. Merry Christmas, everyone.
Unmute me. Hey, hello everyone. This is Kip. Welcome to Kicker Unmasked Live Weekly. It's Tuesday night, 7:30. Hope you enjoyed that little presentation we put together, that message from Mr. Steve Irby. He is the founder and CEO of the company, and we wanted him to put a little message together and be able to give to all of you. So from Steve Irby and all of us here at Kicker, before we kick the show off, we wish you a wonderful and Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And we thank Steve for taking the time to put that together. He actually wrote that little poem. We thought it was kind of cute and fun, so we actually filmed that over in the little library that we have over next to our it's a snack room, break room, where we can do lunch and things. So Mr. Irby, if you're out there watching, great job. Thanks for that message. For all you who are tuned in, heartfelt thanks. We appreciate it. So with that said, real quick, Jeremy, if you will, we want to get this kicked off right. I've got a link in there for a prize giveaway link. Will you put that up on the screen for me? He'll get that here in just a second. We're doing something a little bit different tonight, folks. We actually have a link that is going to go to a Gleam entry form. And if you've participated in any of the Kicker, just leave that one up for a little bit there, Jeremy. Thank you. We've got a link. This link is only going to be live starting right now until 8:30 Central Time this evening. So over the next hour, while we're having some fun with Andy McGill and having some fun with Robert Hi-Fi Vega, and we have a special guest, Sandy Moore from right here at Kicker is going to join us. This link is active. At 8:30, we are shutting the link down, and we're going to draw for some winners. Now, what are you going to have a chance to win? We'll talk about that as we get further into the show. Who doesn't like free stuff? I know I do. So if you want a chance to win something free, and of course we're doing multiple drawings, so it's not just for one. There's a host of guys out there, or gals, that have a chance to win. Right now, or between now and 8:30, you need to hit kicker.fun/swag time. And that's the link that you can see up on the screen. And I'm sure Bill, our social guy, has posted that into the chat feed so you can grab it there. But this is going to be live from right now till 8:30. Go hit the link, get your name in the drawing. We're going to pull for prizes, and we're giving away here right on the show in the last half hour of the show. And as you know, we try to keep this to 90 minutes. We enjoy the time with you, but we know time's important, so thanks for hanging in there, and we sure do appreciate it. Whenever you feel comfortable, Jeremy, you can pull that down or you can leave it up. It's entirely good either way. But what I do want to do is introduce 2 of our special guests who are joining us for this last one of the year, Kicker Unmasked Live. We kind of told you that last week on the show. Tonight is going to be our last show of the year. Once tonight is over and done, the production crew here and myself, we are out of here to enjoy the holidays. Hope you're doing the same thing as well. But we will be back on January 5th. It's the first Tuesday in January, and we will have the first Unmasked Live show of the year, January 5th. So be sure you tune in for that one. So we will take a break between now and January 5th. And we want you, and hope you do, enjoy the holidays like all of us are going to do as well. So with that said, if you'll bring up on the screen, I'd like to introduce our first guest. His name is Andy McGill. Some of you out there may know him. I think he might be one of the most highlighted or vocal Kicker fans that there is. Hey, Andy, how you doing, man?
Pretty good, Kip. How are you doing?
I am doing fantastic. Thank you for joining us this evening. I hope that you're up for the next 90 minutes. I think it's going to be fun. We got a lot of great questions. Hopefully we can take some great questions from out in the audience. But, you know, all joking aside, you really have kind of become what I would call the epitome of a Kicker fan. I mean, you do a lot of things out there, and you're definitely focused around Kicker as your choice for products in your automobile.
Heck yeah, I enjoy repping the equipment, and it's all quality stuff, you know, and I enjoy it, and I've been doing it for at least a decade now, just Kicker in general. So love the stuff, you know, why not?
Well, I mean that in a fun way, man. Thankfully, I've had the opportunity to actually meet you in person. It was at Slamology 2 years ago?
Yes, 2 years ago, 2018.
Yeah, 2018.
Rainology.
Not Kicker's fault. The rain was on its own.
Yeah.
And then something that, you know, I'm going to do this because it's just fun to tease people, but you're also part of a little special group that's signed an NDA, and you actually know things about product that's coming down the pike, do you not?
Don't know nothing. Don't know what you're talking about. Yes.
I don't. But you are definitely one of those fans who loves the product, and we love having you on board. We love being able to ask you questions and everything about future products that are coming and everything. So thank you for joining us tonight. We're going to go over a few more things. We're going to go over what you're doing socially, the things that you've done. Also, we want to talk about your build that you call affectionately the Cookie Monster. And we'll get into why you call it Cookie Monster here in just a minute, because I want someone else to join us live as well. And I know you participate on some of this stuff because I've seen you down in the chat section just like I've been there. And that would be Mr. Rob, High Five Vega. Would you mind joining us up on the screen, Robert? Hey, there's my man.
Yo. Ho, ho, ho. What's going on, fellas?
What's going on, Rob?
Merry Christmas, Robert.
Merry Christmas to you guys as well.
So how are you doing this evening, Robert? What was on your plans besides doing this?
Well, I was live streaming every day, so you asked me to come on. I said, hey, why not? I'm already going to be live streaming. Might as well hang out with my dude Kip and my dude Andy and see what all the excitement's about the Christmas giveaways. Should be fun.
It should be fun. And, I'm just as crazy and a nutball like most of the people that tune into this feed. And I was actually in for most of your show last night where you had, am I saying it right, Toids?
Yes. Toids DIY audio.
Toids was on there. And then the other gentleman I'd never seen before, and he was, you'd have to fill me in. Who was the other gentleman on your show?
DIY audio guy.
Yes, DIY audio guy. Thank you for that. And so I watched the show, was down in the feeds, and I got to call him out since he put a comment here in the sections, but we got into kind of a discussion on products and wire and things were going on. And Third Era, which I know you call him out a lot on your show, he just put in the feed a little bit ago. He wanted to know when we were going to have the campfire sessions with Kip. So, maybe there's another show we need to start where we do something around a campfire and bring you guys in around that too.
Those are the best times. The times when you're just you get done with dinner, you get around the campfire, and you just start telling the old stories.
That is true. I talked about it with the guys last night in the feed, and one of the funnest times I've had in a while was old school stereo meet. Not this past year, but the year before, which of course you were there. Derek was there, and that was really a good time. And probably the most fun I had was the last night. We literally sat around the campfire having adult beverages and around a fire that was real wood and everything, and just sharing stories and talking about technology and the old school, what I used to have compared to new school. It was really a good time. So, there might be an idea in there for another short show that we need to add to the schedule. If we do, I'll blame it all on Third Era and you.
That'd be fun. We actually cooked s'mores and everything, so it was a good time. The best times at the meets are after hours.
I agree to that. It was a really good time. That was my first old school stereo meet. I had a great time. I'm looking forward to the next one. Hoping things get turned around next year and we can have a little bit of what I like to call normal back again, and we can do things like that.
I'm ready for it.
So I wanted you to join us tonight, Robert, but beside the fact that you're a great guy and we love having you on the show, but we're going to talk with Andy, and I figured you might have a lot of great questions that you might want to ask because you do this on a weekly basis where you are really good at coming up with questions to ask people. But Andy is what I like to probably call a super fan. He is definitely someone who likes the KICKER brand. He likes the products, and he's got a build. He started a couple of his own social channels on YouTube and on Facebook. And so I thought we'd kind of talk about those things. You might have some questions to ask him to help pull out of him just who he is and why he does what he does.
Yeah, for sure, man. He's definitely a KICKER super fan. There's no doubt about it. Anybody that knows Andy knows that he is out here repping KICKER, and he's ready to embarrass you with some KICKER product when you want to step up and say something about it.
Oh, yes, for sure.
What What's Audio Labs is tuned into the feed. I can see him in the chat feed. And, Big D, there's nothing wrong with a nice, sweet, cold Southern iced tea. I imbibe on that beverage myself. So if that's your choice around the fire, I'm all in, baby. Bring it on. So, Andy, something that's got a little bit of attention here lately, you did a video, and I'm going to give Ernie a second here so he can cue it up, but you did a video where you've got kind of a creative way to remove snow from your car?
Yeah, it actually works pretty decent. I wouldn't say it's the best method, but it's an awesome method. Just pure base alone, no shovels or anything else needed.
Well, Ernie, I'm just going to, when you get that video, Ernie, go ahead and cue it up and put it up on the screen so we can talk about it. But it's got a lot of attention. Obviously, ready? We got some notification on it. You post it, you guys can tag us when you do cool things like this. And so tell us what's going on here, Andy.
Yeah, well, that was about 16 hertz. The wind from the system itself blew the snow out of the window. It wasn't as explosive as I thought it was going to be, but when you play that low, it's just it's a different type of bass. It really is. But it moved the snow, which was cool. As you can see, I had to speed it up here. I was trying to go easy on it because I like my coils, I like my suspension in one piece, and then I turned the gain up a little bit here, and that's when it started really coming off pretty good there. But that was about 6 to 8 inches of snow. I haven't done that in 3-4 years, and that was with maybe a 1/4 inch of snow, the light stuff, and that was pretty cool. It came off nice. This time I'm like, well, I got a bigger system, more snow. Let's hope for the best.
Well, it's definitely, it's a fun thing to watch that you're using, bass frequencies to clear the snow off your vehicle. And I know when you posted that, a lot of people start chiming in. They do the same thing. Some people in here have even said the same thing. But it's obviously fun. And you said you're doing that at you say 16 or 17 hertz?
17 hertz. It can play down to about 13, where you can actually feel the wind. You can actually hear it. It makes an audible sound. Yeah, that's 17 right there.
So, Andy, I know what you've got in your vehicle, and back me up on this if I'm wrong, be sure to tell me, but you've got a single old school Solo X18 in there, if I'm not incorrect. Is that true?
Yes. The black 2008 edition, I want to say, because the first was 2003, with the KXA 2400.1, just wired at 1 ohm, high output alternator, 270 from Ohio Gen, and soon to be 2 JY HP40s in the back with the battery delete in front. It's a little excessive, but bigger things to come, and you can never have too good of an electrical system.
We've been asked ever since we did the original Unmasked Live. Of course, people always want to know what new product's coming. And, the new L7X that's coming, we're only doing that in a 10, a 12, and a 15. But you, along with a lot of other people, have asked the question, well, what about an 18?
Yeah, I could definitely retire one of these if one would come out. That would be nice, hanging on a wall.
Well, we listen to feedback, and when it's really good feedback and there's a lot of it, we don't ignore it, and we love getting that from you guys here through this channel. So if everyone else agrees that you'd like to see an 18, comment section, social@kicker.com is how you can reach out directly to us. Let us know what you think. I know Andy, just because he's running an old school Solo X18 in his car, would love to have a new L7X18, but we need to see if we can do that for you, Andy.
Yeah, I'd appreciate that. 215s would be nice, but I don't know. It's not the same. I like that one sub factor. I really do.
You like that? You like that single sub? It's
Yes.
really it's an impressive build. I actually got a chance
Thank
to
you.
hear that. And I know you have you redone that build since Slamology when I met you there?
Yeah, that was a small box that actually fit behind the back seat, the one you heard. It played decently low, 30 hertz, but it's not as low as this one does. I wanted the hair tricks. That's what I went for. And I was like, well, I don't need the back seat anymore. I got I had the Volvo at the time, for a family daily car. And I was like, well, I don't want to build a wall. You can get loud on a wall if you know what you're doing and you have enough power. I didn't have that much power. So I'm like, well, let me just build as big as I can, play as low as I can, and see if I can do some hair tricks. I know this thing's got some Xmas, got, 1 inch up and down. It's decent. And that's what I wanted to do. And I was shooting for a 50, but I was like, you know what? I want to do hair tricks. I think that's so cool. It's different, especially from one sub. They see that. They're like, wow, that's impressive.
It is impressive. And I'm sure you have, because you also, and I'm trying to remember the name, but I apologize, but don't you run your own competitions during all year round, basically, where you have guys come out and compete and do measurements? So obviously you're familiar with measuring SPL and doing all that.
Yeah, from that alone, I learned so much just from testing other people's systems, seeing different designs, orientations, and having my own meter. For the fact I wouldn't have had $1,000 to go buy an SPL meter, but running these competitions, it was able to pay for itself, and I learned along the way. Yeah, that's Team SP Loud. I've had that since 2016. We started in a parking lot. And, of course, the first show, we got shut down. We were shaking liquor bottles across the way. It was bad. So 4 locations later, we found a nice home for 2.5 years now. So it's fun. Definitely is.
So before I get into some of the other things that you've been doing on social, I want to bounce down to Robert and say, and I kind of want to ask him the question first. So, Robert, what got you into doing the stuff that you're doing on YouTube as far as your channels? I know the one that seems to be the most popular recently is the Reverse Polarity Show, and I know Dean joins you on that show a lot. When did you get into doing videos, and what got you into doing this, and why are you doing this for what I like to call the car audio community?
Well, we can blame it all on Derek because it is totally his fault. He got me in with the old school, and this is a funny story. This I'm not just saying this. I've told this before, so not just because I'm on the Kicker Show, but I got back into car audio like 2012, 2011, something like that. I bought a Kicker XS50. It was an amp I always wanted when I was in car audio in the late 90s. And I just didn't have the money back then to get it. I found one on eBay. I was like, I wonder, I knew that these were destroying the Orion 225s at the time in the lanes. And I was like, I wonder what kind of power this puts out. Derek hadn't tested that, but he did test a ZR1000. And when I seen that video, man, it brought back so many memories. I started collecting, ended up going to the first OSS meet, became fast friends with Derek. And, he really encouraged me. And then that led to YouTube, and then I started doing videos here and there. And just the past year, I decided to actually take YouTube pretty seriously and actually try to treat it more like a part-time job than just a hobby. And when I started doing that, we started doing the 12V Talk. And the original idea for 12V Talk is we wanted to bring the community together because there was a lot of car audio channels that would just be separate entities, and they'd never really interact amongst each other. And we kind of wanted to bring that under one cloud. And as we did that, we've had Dean on a few times, and he hit me up and he's like, hey, would you be interested in doing a show kind of from the perspective of one person that's an amateur like me or an enthusiast and someone that's a professional, so we could kind of bounce off of each other? I thought it was a great idea, and we've been doing that now for, I think we're on our 13th or 14th episode, so about 3 months.
And obviously, I follow a lot of your stuff too. I mean, besides being one of the knuckleheads up here on screen, doing the Kicker Show, I actually come and join your guys' show because I am an enthusiast at heart and a hobbyist. I've been in this since I was probably 12 years old, so it's something I enjoy. And I'm gonna shout him out. As Stormy Young had in the comments, he said, you've been busy this week, and with all the streaming you've been doing, you have been a busy man this week.
Yeah. Last year, when I started to take it serious, I said, okay, I want to do something for Christmas. It's the 12 days of Christmas. I had done the 12 days of live streaming, and I almost didn't do it this year, but a special shout out to, I don't know if you see him in the chat all the time, but El Fuego. He really goaded me into it, and I was like, I got to do it for my man, El Fuego. So I done it again this year, and I'm feeling pretty good. I was tired last year around this day, 10th, 11th day. But I'm feeling good, energized.
I'm just going to call this one out because I'm listening to you guys and watching the feed go by. There's a Craig Engelman, and he said, why is Kicker not making Neo motors? Well, Craig, we make Neo motors. If you look at our Power Sports speakers, if you look at all the tweeters that we manufacture, if you look at like the Snowman tweeter pod, there's Neo motors and all that stuff. Oh, wait, you mean something bigger. Well, you never know what's coming. Stay tuned to Kicker Unmasked Live, because if we have something like that coming, wink, wink, it'll be announced right here on this show, and that's when you'll find out. So you obviously got into it, a hobbyist, enthusiast. You're having fun at it, Robert. And so I'm kind of guessing, Andy, is that the same thing that kind of got you pulled into this? I mean, what was your first system, and what got you into wanting to do more on the social side?
Yeah, the social side, I would say that's more 3-4 years ago when I started the Team SP Loud. That's more for that. But audio itself, I mean, I started with boom boxes as a kid. 6 years old, had my first boom box, and it just went from there to house speakers, like, the shelf ones, and wiring them all together till it worked. I learned what series was before I knew what it was. You know what I mean? So, and then as soon as I got a car, I got my first system, which was a real small Target system when Target used to sell audio. It was a Lightning audio with a Jensen, like 232 channel, something like that. And that worked for about a few months to a year. And then my mom bought me my first nice system from Best Buy when I was 16 and a half, 17 years old. It was just the first louder system, the duals with the plexi, with the lights and everything.
Oh yeah.
That was loud then. But 2007, man, people were doing what they're doing today, but not as much. And it's really starting to grow recently. The past, I would say 5, 6 years, it's really taken off, because 4 years ago, before I was really into social media, you didn't know it existed unless you knew a guy. You know, I was the loudest in town. I thought I was doing a 40. You know, that sounded loud to me.
Well, between you and me, I mean, for myself on a daily drive, 140, 145 for me, that's all I need in a daily driver. And that's when I would be in fun mode for myself.
Right.
You know, it's kind of funny. There seems to be a little bit of a loss of respect for SPL numbers, because there are guys out there that crack the 150 mark, the 160 mark, you know, the 170 mark. And so people kind of lose, they're chasing the numbers and they want to keep seeing bigger and bigger numbers. But man, 140, 150 dB is nothing to sneeze at, no pun intended. I mean, that's loud.
It's enough to shake your eyeballs. I know that.
Yeah,
I know it distorts my vision.
Anything over 135 is pretty intense for me. I'm a bit of an old man when it comes to heavy bass.
135 is pushing it. Oh, come on, Ron. Come on.
You know, I'm going to drop a few of these comments into the show. Everyone keep in mind, the link is actually scrolling across the bottom. This is the first time we're doing this, where we're actually running a contest that is just running the first hour of the show. So anyone who maybe you've just tuned in, you need to go hit that link and register before 8:30, because we're shutting the contest down right at 8:30. We're pulling the winners, and we will announce them live right here on this show. So I'll probably make 1 or 2 more announcements like that, just so everyone's tuned in on that. But this is the first time we're trying this, and we think it's going to be pretty cool, because it's going to be giveaways, but it's only for the people who are tuned in and watching, because we're doing it live right now, right here. So keep that in mind. Back to you, Andy, and Ernie, if you will, find the video of the build of Andy's car, and when you get that, just go ahead and roll it in place of me when you get a chance. Just whenever you get a chance, just roll that through there. But Andy, obviously, this is you call it the Cookie Monster. Why Cookie Monster? Was he like your childhood hero? Do you like cookies? I mean, what's the deal here?
I mean, I liked blue. It's my favorite color. And I thought shag was pretty cool. And you didn't see that in too many builds. At least I didn't at the time. 2017, I think I did the first Cookie Monster, that box right there. Now, the name, Bill Braun actually came up with, your social media guy from Kicker. Very good friend of mine. He's the one that actually came up with the name. I was like, you know what? I like that. I really like that, you know. I didn't have a name for it. I didn't name it. And what other better way for the people that, you know, run Kicker and own Kicker, work for Kicker, to name your build? And it just stuck, you know. Solo X18, Cookie Monster, Blue Shag, you know, it's Andy McGill.
Well, I do know that, you know, whenever I think of blue shag carpet, or I hear the word cookie or monster, or both of them together, any of those three, I do think Andy McGill. You've definitely made that your signature color and your signature calling on that. And obviously, these are photos of, you said when you pulled out the smaller box, this is actually the larger box build that you went ahead and did, correct?
Yes, correct. Yeah, me and my friend Tony McCartney put this together. I'm learning. I'm better. I can build some decent boxes. The past few that I've posted up, I actually cut and did myself. But this one is my friend Tony McCartney. He's an excellent carpenter. And this was about 2 years ago, not even, when we did this, year and a half. And it was about a 2 to 3 month process, you know, on your weekends, 8-hour days, 2 days on the weekend for 3 months. And it took a while to make everything right, you know. Because we had to start from scratch. We had to build the floor, and I wanted it to be decent. I wanted everything to look good. I didn't want to just slap it together and be like, oh, well, why is my box shaking? Why does this not look the way I want it to look? And I had to rewire everything. I mean, that's not too hard, but in a little tiny car, it's tough, you know. You don't think about the stuff till you do it, and you're like, ugh, I got to do all this. And then, as you can see, the port there, we actually built braces. So it's technically an interchangeable port, but it's not anymore. As you can see there, we put braces from the front to back because we were actually preventing from any kind of vibration, because there was no room for error between the boxes, from the top of the box to the bottom of the box, for the because those ports do vibrate. You know, over a certain distance, you lose your strength, things start to move. You don't want to hear that. So we did that to help with that, and then we kind of sandwiched everything in. It's a very stout box. It doesn't just look good on the outside; it looks good on the inside too. But it was definitely a fun process. Go ahead.
Stormy Young, if you can obviously hear me, you say you can't read it. To enter the contest, you're going to go to http kicker.fun/swag time. And actually, I'm going to ask Jeremy. Jeremy, if you'll bring up the lower third for that, because what she's saying is what's scrolling across the screen right now is actually cut off and she can't see it. So if you'll bring up, thank you, sir. So right there, leave that up for just a little bit. So that is the link right there for the contest. Like I said, http://kicker.fun/swag time. And we just ask you for a few pieces of information. You hit the enter button, boom, you're good to go. We will shut that contest down right at 8:30. Bill, our social guy, will work his way through Gleam and hopefully pull us some lucky winners. And we're going to announce those people right at the end of the show. So that's the link for that. Hopefully that helps you out, Stormy, and you can see that right there. And maybe we can get Bill to repost that into the comment section as well. That way everybody can see that. So sorry to interrupt you there, Andy. I just wanted to touch on that.
You're fine. You're fine. Yeah, I want to give credit where credit's due. Kayla Klein, my girlfriend, soon-to-be wife, she did all the shagging in the vehicle. So I can't take credit for that. that was very tough to do.
Andy, there's so many ways to take that statement. We're going to take it the right way and not the wrong one.
Yeah. Come on, Kip. You could see my son Bryson loved it too. Yeah, I mean, his hair grew so much since now. That's crazy since then. But
I've seen you post pictures of him, and he does love sitting in front of that port, doesn't he?
Oh yes, he likes bass. All my kids do, even my daughter Aaliyah too. Yeah, she's a little bass head. She was actually the first one where I sent the picture to Bill. I didn't know who Bill was at the time, but I sent the picture of her with the wear hearing protection, and she was standing in front of the kicker, and that was when we first built the first box. That was a long time ago.
Man, you spent a lot of time shooting some pics or video here to put this all together. It's very detailed, showing what you got going on here.
Thank you. Yeah, I try to document everything in my life, and this was something important too. Just how I am. Thank you. As you can see, Caleb.
Sure. And so while this is running, you did the new box, and your new box versus the old box, obviously you changed the size of the box, you changed the tuning, which is what you were looking for. What did you gain or give up? What was the difference between going from your old enclosure to this new one that you redesigned?
Across the board, 5 dBs. The first one that you heard was doing like a 145 to a 146 in the kick, a 145 at the headrest. This one does 150.3 in the kick and a 149.4 at the headrest, and that's at 32 hertz, which is pretty low. Yeah. And that's still under 2,000 watts clamping in both enclosures. The first enclosure was about 1,400 watts. I did gain a little bit of power, efficiency, rise, all that fun stuff. But it's just a bigger box. It's just easier to be louder with a bigger enclosure, and you can't go crazy on the port. It looks big, but it's not as big as it really is compared to the enclosure.
You talk about that. So you say you're clamping about 2,000 watts. So you're probably sitting around 3 ohms, 4 ohms as far as your frequency then?
Yep, 3.2 yeah. I'm rising at, yes. Yep. And that was last time I clamped, I was dropping down to 12.3. So those amps, they do the same power at 12 and 14 volts. It's better to have good voltage, but if you don't, they work.
Well, that is something you said in the beginning. You were using a KXA 2400.1 to power that. And a lot of people out there may or may not know, but that amplifier is, I'll use the word loosely regulated because, you have to draw a line on where you stop doing that. But basically that amplifier will make power at 14.4. It'll make power all the way down to right about 11 volts. And it'll make that same rate at 2400 watts. And because what it will do is if the voltage starts falling off, it'll just start pulling more current to make up the difference. Now, to do that, it kind of goes into hand what you were just saying is you have to have some good electrical. You've got to have some great battery backup because when it wants to pull that extra current to make up for lower voltage, if you don't have it, it can't do it. And of course, the protection circuit will prevent it from doing that if you don't have it. But as you noticed, it does consistent power through the entire operating range that you would have in a normal operating vehicle.
Exactly.
Yeah, people, that's very underrated. I actually like regulated power supplies. People don't like to see it on the amp test because it's more efficient, especially when you're doing a sine wave. It's more inefficient when you're doing a sine wave test. But me personally, like in vehicle, I like regulated power supplies.
I got to call out the notorious RVH. He just said, we don't play under 40 hertz. There's no way you're playing that frequency, Andy. We can't do it. Come on.
Nope. All wasted information.
That sounds like fake news to me.
Yeah, exactly.
I
know it's like a chip on my shoulder. It really is, with that and everything. It's like, well, watch this.
Well, you talk about a chip on your shoulder. There's been a couple interesting videos that have been out recently, and you did one of them on your Living Loud with Andy, so I'm going to kind of step into that realm, where you actually took a Comp 10, and I use the word not in a bad way, but I think you call it the Walmart woofer, which it's the C10 we sell at Walmart, and you did some power testing, output testing on that, and frequency, and that woofer is no slouch at all.
Not at all. It took overrated musically down to 27 hertz up to 54 hertz. I would say a solid 200 watts continuous for 3 minutes. And the coil wasn't warm. There was no mechanical failure. It's not drastically overrated or underrated like some other subs can be, where you just need to give it more power. This one does relatively well on low power, and you can give it some more if you have it.
Absolutely. And I'm just picking some stuff as I see it roll by here. Flexin 500 says, any thoughts on making more powerful full bridge topology amplifiers? And the truth of that is we currently make full bridge topology amplifiers right now. So half your question, we already do it. More powerful ones in the pipeline? I don't know. What do you think, Andy? Are there more powerful ones coming?
I mean, I would think so. Bigger subs, more power. Goes hand in hand. Goes hand in hand for sure.
Digital CES, yes or no? We will be participating in some form probably with a digital CES. Will we be doing a Kicker Unmasked live show around that? It's all going to depend on whether we have new products that we're going to talk about what would be normally a CES timeframe. So stay tuned. Obviously, all that will be in our social feed. We do the teaser videos the week before to let you know what's coming. But if you follow Kicker Social on Facebook or Instagram, Bill does a great job keeping you informed of what's coming up, and we'll let you know. Like we said, I think it was the 2 shows ago, this is our platform now where we're going to launch new products directly to you guys. So anything new that Kicker's working on, where we're ready to talk to you about it, and it'll be before it's actually in the stores, we're going to bring it here right to Kicker Unmasked Live. So best I can tell you is stay tuned to the show, watch our feeds on our social, you'll know what's coming, and we will definitely keep you informed on the new products coming. But if we're coming out with a new L7X and it's going to need some power, it kind of makes sense that we'd have an amp to go with it, maybe?
Be nice, definitely.
I think I need to patent the wink wink. So
Warhorse 2.0. Let's see it, baby.
There you go, Warhorse 2.0. You never know what's coming. I'm going to shift gears a little bit here, go back down to you, Robert, and something I want to focus on just real quick. And I'm kind of putting you on the spot, and I don't mean to. But last night you talked about, or it might have been the night before, it was one of your live feeds that I've watched, but you've actually have done some work. I actually sent you some product tryouts, so you did, and you seem really impressed with what the Key 200.4 does for you. Do you want to touch on that just a little bit?
Yeah, man. The Key is it's hard to explain until you've experienced it, and it's hard to put in a video. Dean done a very good job in his video of putting it in perspective what it's actually doing. It's doing everything for you. You're hooking wires up to it. You're putting a mic in your spot. You're playing a test track that you downloaded, and everything else is set up for you. Sets the EQs, sets the time alignment, and it sets the crossovers, which is insane. Auto detects that, and you can even cheat that system a little bit because I've got a middler and a tweet with a passive in between, and it set the crossover properly for that, even though it's technically not meant to do that. And it's a very impressive amp, and I seen it tested at Quality Mobile Video, done a dyno test, and it done like 55 watts. And let me tell you, that 55 watts, I compared that I directly had a Rockford Fosgate T404 in that vehicle before, and there's, like, as far as sound goes, there is no difference. Obviously, the other amps rated more, but as far as sound goes, the power-wise, plenty of power.
I just wanted to kind of call that out and let you talk about that because, on one hand, we got Andy here who's talking about a huge box, big port, Solo X18 old school and 2400 watts. And if I go back to that, it's kind of the other end of the spectrum. But honestly, there's a lot of people, if you're just wanting great sound in your car, 50, 60 watts a channel for just sound for you in your car really is a lot of power.
Right. And that's the perfect wife amp. So if you want to put a system in your wife's car and you don't want to fool with it and you want it to be reliable, that way you're not on the hook for you messed up her radio. You slide this little dude in here. She won't even notice it. You can hide it away. It's literally the size of the old head unit, little booster amps, basically. Hide that thing away and it's just out of sight, out of mind, and you got really good sound.
A gentleman here, he said, a Taz 23340. What about a kicker key that is either bridgeable or goes to 2 ohm? Well, Taz, honestly, Key has been very successful for us if you followed any of it, if you watch the shows. And we have other things in the pipeline coming from Key. Will it be amplifiers with that technology? Probably. Will it be a processor? Sure hope so. But understand, Key has been so successful for us that, yes, there are going to be other Key products coming. When you say bridgeable, I'm sure you mean a full range amplifier, because I was going to say we do have one that is bridged already, and that would be the Key 500.1, but it is strictly a bass amplifier, and it has Key technology to make up for all the deficiencies that are in stock stereos now, where as you turn the volume up, the factory will roll it off the bottom end or the low end response as you keep turning the volume up, and the Key 501 will take care of all that so that you get all the bass you're looking for. I'd recommend, if Key interests you at all, go back to episode, I think it's 6. It'll be the one where we talk about the Key and the Key lock. And if you want to be impressed by what's going on and see where we're going with Key, you've got to watch that video, watch the Key lock, and watch the Key lock demo, because we show you live using an RTA how the Key lock corrects and takes care of all those anomalies that you've got in a factory system. And I know, Robert, you in your system, Robert, are you still using the factory head unit?
Yes, it's directly line level to the factory head unit. And I do want to mention one thing. This amp costs $250. In my opinion, this is worth $500. I mean, this is the type of level of equipment and all-in-one stuff that you're getting. That this is it's insane that this is $250, in my opinion.
Well, John Myers, who was our guest who kind of dialed in on that show we did that, even he's like, when we saw the technology that one of the guys in engineering had come up with and they demoed it to us, we're like, we need to fast track this because there's no one in the car industry that's got anything remotely close to what this does auto-magically. And I wanted to kind of touch on that with you, Robert, because I know that you're sincere about it when you've told everyone how you got it, how you put it in, how you did everything, but it's obviously you're sincere about it. You're impressed with what that Key can do.
Yeah, for sure. And I'm looking forward. The Solo L7X is super dope. Super excited about that. But honestly, I'm most excited about what's going on with the Key line going forward.
There's definitely more stuff coming. And again, not that I'm trying to just plug it. If you haven't liked and subscribed to the Kicker YouTube channel yet, you ought to, because any new product like that we're talking about or new information, it's going to be on this show is where you're going to learn about it. So make that a checkbox, hit that bell, and you'll know when the next Kicker Unmasked, the major event, will release new product. It'll also be done through here. So Andy, I want to kind of go back. You've started this Living Loud with Andy McGill. Tell me a little bit about that. And aren't you streaming that live on your channel tonight?
Yes, this is live on that channel and your Kicker channel here and Facebook, of course, which is awesome, by the way. Thank you. I started the YouTube channel mainly with the Living Loud because what do? I'm always living loud with Kicker stuff. Might as well film it and put it all together and make a YouTube channel. And I'm not looking to make a hobby out, or not a hobby, but a job out of it, because then sometimes you lose, the fun part about it. I like it as a hobby, and I don't know. It's just, I like helping people, bottom line. And I like to make videos fun, yet informational, if that makes sense, rather than just one or the other, because that's how some YouTubes are. They're just really funny or whatnot, or they're very informational and it's like falling asleep, good stuff. But, you got to keep it happy medium. But it was actually Kayla's idea. She's the one who pushed me. She's like, why don't you do a YouTube instead of this Facebook stuff and do a YouTube? And I was like, well, if you can help me with the kids, no problem, because it's tough. Not going to lie.
You know, to tie into that, and I'm sure Robert's probably got some great advice to add to this. I watch, for me, even being the age I am, which I consider myself an old dude now, but that's okay because old dudes rule. But when you look at how things have transitioned, I find even myself, I watch more and more YouTube content, and I'm not interested in what people call mainstream media or mainstream TV anymore. And it's because I want to watch what I want to watch about when I want to watch it. And I'm probably not that I'm trying to, but get some shout outs. I mean, I watch a lot of stuff. I participate and go and watch, obviously, what Robert's doing, what Big D does. There's other channels that I go and watch. Toids has been added to my list now that I experienced him. I didn't even know who he was, and I experienced him through Robert's channel. So now he's in my playlist, so I can go watch his stuff. Actually, the first one I went and watched on his was the polyfill video. So after that show with him, I went and watched that, which was pretty cool. But something I want to encourage you on, Andy, and this is a sincere compliment, is one of the channels I watch a lot is a guy called Project Farm. And it's a guy who just started doing these real life tests on anything that would appeal to a guy. I mean, he talks about oil and drills and you name it. He just does all this crazy, but it's real world testing to give you an idea. Like, you know, which I just watched one recently, like which stubby impact driver does the best job, has the most torque. And he creates all these scientific tests to show that. And what's funny is I started watching him, a lot of his newer stuff, but then I went back and watched some of his older stuff. And you can definitely tell that he's matured over the years from where he first started to what he's doing today. And he has a huge following. So if anything, I would encourage you, even in the brief time I've watched you, you know, your first videos can come sometimes from anybody, can seem awkward or you don't know where to go or what to say, but it's very easy to see that you're on that same path, that you're getting better and better at it. And I would encourage you, because I do see you out in the community, and when you say you want to help, that's no lie. You are definitely focused on wanting to help people. I've seen a couple guys who have not taken your advice. They felt like you were knocking them when you really weren't. You were just trying to help them. And to see someone like you who takes your own time to want to help people, no matter what product it is, and then you step out and want to do your own YouTube channel, I think that's a big step, and you deserve a big round of applause and congratulations for that.
Thank you so much, Kip. Thank you. That means a lot. It really does.
And I can add to that because I don't always live in the basehead world, but I like, you know, not personally, but I like seeing it, I like hearing it, I like feeling it. So I like going to Andy's channel to see that. Now, what's different about his is, you know, a lot of channels have flex videos and that gets repetitive, that gets old, but he's doing like I do. I like to test things. I like to see how this is work. I like to explain things. And he's doing a lot of that with the flex video. So we're having fun. And then also we're getting our vegetables as well.
Exactly. Thank you, Rob. Thank you.
So I mean that as
a lot.
Compliment. I mean that as a sincere compliment, Andy. So keep on keeping on doing what you're doing there, because I think there's some great things in store for you. And then to kind of touch on another thing that you start, I mean, I think I look at Robert, I know he's a busy man. I see what he does on a continual basis. And especially this last couple of weeks, he's been nonstop. You, on the other hand, have also had your own brand to keep him busy. You actually went out and started kind of your own group on Facebook called the I think it's Kicker Club, or I don't know if I've got it right, but I joined it.
Yeah, you're right.
Too. And it took off like a rocket. I mean, you've got a lot of people subscribed to that in a very short time.
Thank you. Yeah, I just felt it was right. You know, why not? You know, and just keep it kicker, and let's have fun and have all the big name kicker guys in there, and we can all talk and all be civil, you know, and actually get answers when we need them. Because some groups, some groups get the wrong answers.
You know, it's very true about that, you know, and I'm at the point where it's actually, I go out and find the memes. I look at them. I think they're pretty funny now. But, you know, we had one trainer who, it was his first CES, his first time on camera. He's kind of nervous. And of course, we all know the infamous below 40 hertz thing. It's going to live forever. I think it's a hoot. But as you know, Andy, and anyone who's experienced our products, they all play very well below 40 hertz. I mean, it's not like we make products that stop at 40 hertz. They definitely plumb down into the lower frequencies, no problem at all. And it is nice having a kicker-centric group that's championed by someone like you who has a genuine desire to help people. So when they ask a question, the first knee-jerk reaction they get isn't just some smarty meme because they want to, and that's, you know, one of the big ones is the below 40 hertz one. You have a genuine desire to want to help these people get the most out of whatever they're using, whether it's kicker or not. But obviously that group you started is intended to be kicker focused. But I know you, it doesn't matter what people would ask about, you'd be there to help them.
Exactly. Thank you. Thank you. And I love helping people. I really do. And I wish I had somebody to help me whenever I first started out. I had to learn the hard way. And with social media and internet, it definitely helped, but I didn't have someone whispering in my ear, hey, you got to do this. Hey, you got to do that. I had to learn it the hard way. And it's like, I want to help somebody so that they don't have to waste their time. And I'll teach them, not just show them the answer, but I'll teach them how to get to that answer as well. So they're not learning anything.
You know, I'm going to call this out real quick. Go ahead, Robert. What are you going to say?
I was going to say a little known fact about Andy is he is the meme king. If you guys haven't seen, this dude puts out the best memes in car audio, hands down, and he spares nobody, kicker included.
You're right.
He's out there. He gives them one of these, and he gives them another one of these, and he's in it. He's in it for the long haul when it comes to McGill memes. That's for certain.
Heck yeah.
Obviously, you've been here, Robert, and you've done a tour of the facility, and you've been around the place. I just want to call this one out. A guy says, I love Kicker amps. And, something I want to point out to you guys, and Robert, and it's nice having him here so he can kind of give his own testimony of this. If you remember back in the early 80s, maybe mid 80s, Ford had they called it Quality One or Q1. Quality was job one. And, in today's world, there's really two Qs that have come up in people's visions. And one of them is quantity and the other is quality. And, you have to choose which one is more important to you and go down that path. You can have an amplifier that makes a lot of quantity. In other words, you can make a lot of watts, but it may suffer in a lot of other areas where it doesn't have very good common mode noise rejection. It doesn't have good signal noise response. It doesn't have flat frequency. There can be a whole lot of areas where it suffers in. Protection circuit that doesn't keep it protected. And then you can go the other route where it's quality, where it is flat 20 to 20, where it does have an active protection circuit that looks out for just about any silly move you could make and keep the amplifier alive if you do something silly. And so you got quality and quantity. And really, here at Kicker, and I'm glad you made that comment on our amps, we balance the best of both of those worlds. I mean, we have standards that our amplifiers have to meet, and we might put a little more money and effort into the quality side to make sure it's going to last in the field, that it sounds really good, that it covers full bandwidth, that it has a protection circuit that's going to, make up for any errors, whether they're intentional or otherwise, that you may do during the installation or using the system. And then we also make them to be competitive on price as far as the power you're getting. And so thanks for calling that out. I think we make some fantastic amplifiers. We don't make a 10,000 watt amplifier like the original Warhorse, but we do make amplifiers. I mean, shout out to Derek if he's still in the channel. He did a test on the KXA 24.1 and found out that our 2400 watt amplifier actually did somewhere in the ballpark of, 33, 35, 3600, somewhere in there is what the actual power output of that amplifier was. So we do spend and have a lot of engineering, staff, equipment to design amplifiers that aren't just about swinging a bunch of volts, but it's about swinging volts that sound good doing it. And do you have any input into that, Robert? Because you've been here.
Yeah, I will say this. People, like I work in a factory now, people that work in a factory know they have these tours where people walk around. And typically, the people walking around they're not even really talking to the people on the floor. They're not allowed to talk to the people on the floor. The thing that impressed me about Kicker is we talked to anybody we wanted to. Everyone was happy to work there. You don't always see that. Like, everyone was having a good time. They were working. They were happy. And it's just like, it's a family. It said it before. Kicker is a family. And I'm glad that you're doing these unmasked because people are starting to see that. They seen you as a big juggernaut maybe before, the Walmart guys. But once you actually get to meet Steve, everybody, John, everybody that's in the family, you get to see how Kicker really is. And that's the best part of Kicker to me, outside of I've never been disappointed by a Kicker product.
Well, we try really hard, and part of that really boils down to our corporate philosophy. And if it says Kicker on it, I mean, you've met Steve, so I don't need to tell you this, but if it says Kicker on it, Steve Irby literally sees that as his signature. I mean, that's his product, and he wants to make sure that when it leaves this facility, that it has a great out-of-box experience for the customer, and it performs well, and it sounds great. As you saw, you saw it here, we look at things through a little different eye. I mean, we look at things as far as value, and value doesn't necessarily mean it's the least expensive. expensive. Sometimes you spend just a little bit more and you get a lot more for your money, a lot better value, a lot better protection circuitry, a lot better built woofer, a lot more technology. And we always look at things through the eyes of music. As you know, Steve's a musician. There's multiple people here that play their own instruments. I played drums as a kid, so that's a great way to take out some frustration, is beat on the heads. But we always look at trying to make something that sounds musical. And what's cool about it is there's been many times that we'll go back into the listening lab and we'll listen to something and we'll go, yeah, that just doesn't sound right. It doesn't hit that note just right. It doesn't hit that frequency just right. That really doesn't sound like a kick drum. That really doesn't sound like a snare drum. And we will make adjustments to how drivers are manufactured, make adjustments to the DSP. Like, for example, I'm going to touch on the EB200 headphones that I know you made a comment about, Robert, to some people, is that, yeah, we have an idea how we think things should sound. And it's typically a little heavy on the bass, very smooth and natural through the mid-range, and a little bit of roll-off on the top end, because that just sounds natural. It sounds musical. You don't get listening fatigue to listening to something like that all the time. So we do have a kicker sound, and there are many times, and it's funny that this happens. You know, we've got some of the most expensive testing gear here, and the professionals who know how to use it to design our products, but there's many times that it might look good on a graph, or it might look good on a waterfall plot, or it might look good, but when we listen to it with the most important thing, which are the two ears on the sides of our head, we go, it's not doing what we want it to. And sometimes we'll make adjustments that on paper or on a computer screen don't necessarily look the best, but from an interaction with you listening to music, it performs way, way better. And so we look at computers and all these diagnostic tools as roadmaps and tools to help us find problems we hear, not to be the ultimate judge of how we design a product.
And that's the thing. The secret sauce about audio in general is it's 90% science with like 10% a little bit sprinkle of magic. And sometimes, like you said, what looks good on paper doesn't always sound good.
No, it doesn't. And so that's a point I wanted to bring home. And it's because of all these comments flying by. And I apologize to everyone who's commenting. I wish I could see every single comment and could respond to all of you, but I try to pull out the ones I can and get you some kind of reply to what you're asking, because I think it's important we do that, because this show is for you guys. I mean, that's why we do this, is so you guys have a chance to ask us questions, see the things we're bringing, and find a way to be a community and just, enjoy what we're doing here. So I can't get them all, but trust me, I try. So Andy, what's on your roadmap for plans now? You've got the Living Loud with Andy McGill, which is your YouTube channel. You've got the Kicker Club you've started on Facebook. What's on your plate? Has all this just been kind of by the seat of your pants, or do you have a plan?
Never have a full plan, but take it one step at a time, day by day. With the build, as you can see, I have the sub out right now. I'm going to pull everything out, rewire everything, probably throw in some fresh wire, check all the connections, grounds, etc., and throw my lithium in. And then we're going to go from there for now. And then we'll see what comes up in the next couple quarters of next year. Hopefully everything goes to plan. Due to everything going on, you don't know. But we'll see. Stay tuned. Some big things coming. We'll say that.
That's good to hear. One more verbal shout out here so everyone know. Obviously, it's still up on my screen. Thank you, Jeremy, for leaving that up there. That's fantastic the way you did that. But, we are rolling this contest at 8:30. We shut down the Gleam entries. If any of you are late tuning in and haven't hit it yet, or if you've been watching and you're just so mesmerized by the wonderful looks of Robert, Andy, and I that you haven't clicked the link, now's your chance before we close it down. It's http://kicker.fun/swag time. And I'm sure Bill, if he will, maybe he'll throw that up into the comment section one more time for us so you can grab it there if you need it. But that is going to be the drawing for tonight. You kind of got to be present to win, because you got to be here to enter. It's an experiment we're running tonight. If it works good, we'll probably keep on doing something like this. So the people who actually tune in live, you're the ones who are going to have a chance to win some of these prizes. We'll do longer running contests like we did with the Quad Box too, but this one is an experiment tonight. So thank you guys for participating, and thank you for joining that Gleam feed and entering, because we sure appreciate you participating with us. It's all about fun, and we hope you're enjoying it. So Robert, what's in your plans for the rest of the year?
So I've been spending all my time before these live streams working on that Trooper. There's a ton of kicker gear in that Trooper, and I'm not ready to unveil it yet. And I found there's a little mat in front of you. You sent me one like that, and I found a unique way to use that. So you guys will see that in the build coming up. And I've got a ton of work to put into that. It's going to be pretty much full on kicker, all kicker amps. I'm excited about it, and I'm ready to show it to everyone. But I want to complete it. I didn't want to do a build log on this because I knew it was going to take a while. So I want to get it completely done and just do the full show on it.
Well, if you're going to do a full show or a build on that, I would love to join you on your channel when you do that, Robert, when you get to that point. So keep me in mind. I'd love to join you on that.
Yeah, for sure.
What will be even cool is when you go to do that, we ought to get together and collab on that and stream that not just over your YouTube channel, but also stream it over here through the YouTube channel on Kicker to try to get a little more exposure on that. That'd be fantastic for you.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I'd love to bring it on once it's done. Bring it on Unmasked Live on a day that's not so busy to show it off.
I want to touch on something here. There's a lot of people that ask, and of course, my personal Facebook has been blown up. I'll use the word blown up since we've been doing the show. And people ask lots of questions. Of course, everybody wants something to test. They want to know how do they get in? How can you get sponsored and all those kinds of things. If you have any of those questions, drop them into social@kicker.com, and we can put you in touch with the right people on how those things happen. One of the things is obviously someone like a Robert Hi-Fi Vega or a Big D who's been doing this for a long time and has a great following of people who are interested in this. We want to work through guys like that. And something you brought up, Robert, and I'm going to get with you on this in the next week or two, maybe the beginning of the year, is I'd love to get some of our newer woofers in your hands to do some testing on, because I know you just did a budget woofer shootout and some other cool things. So I would love to get some of our new stuff in your hands to play with. You kind of acted like you'd like to do that. Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, the newest kicker woofer I've used is a L5 8-inch L5. So that's that's ages ago, and it's a small one, but yeah, definitely. I'm interested in trying some new kicker subs out, because before that I got the very first kicker L7, the gray cone, and I'll tell you, this is not as impressive now, but it was on an audio control mic, of course. But I done a 149 with that single subwoofer from the SPL Loud enclosure that I actually called Kicker back in the day. What was it, 99 or 2001? Got the box plan, built it, had it in a 97 S10 that I still have, and busted a 149 on audio control mic, 112. That was unheard of back then. Wow. That is impressive. And real quick, I'm comment going by John D.E., your last name, John, asked, what's the best way to share our quality kicker installs with Kicker? The best way to do that, and this is for anyone out there, if you've got an install, if you got the pictures of something you've done in your personal vehicle, if you work at a shop and you've got some great things going on, I beg of you, we want those pictures. We want to get you up on the Kicker website and our Instagram, and we want to publish these things for you. So what you want to do is reach out to social@kicker.com. And that is the best way for you to get that information, John. So anyone else out there listening, if you've got pictures or an install or something you're excited about that you put together and you want to get some more publicity for it, contact Bill, and his email, like I said, is social@kicker.com, and he will definitely walk you through that process and let you know what we need from you. If the picture needs to be modified a little bit, Bill is a social guy. He understands what goes on there, and he will definitely walk you through that process. So reach out to him for that. You see me looking over my shoulder every now and then. I'm just watching the clock because I want to make sure that we get the drawing in and get everything on the time. So you guys, from what I'm seeing here, it looks like you may have about 2 minutes left before the drawing is going to wrap up. So if you haven't entered the contest, please go do that, because we just got about 2 minutes before that's going to end. So with that said, Andy and Robert, what I'd like to do, and I don't know if you got to meet her when you were here, Robert, but I'd like to bring someone on to join us. And if you will come join me, Sandy, and guys, she told me she was a little frightened to come do this with me tonight, so be nice. Is your mic back on, Sandy?
It is.
Hello, Sandy.
I think it is.
So this, I'd like to introduce everyone here. This is Sandy Moore. And, you know, the last part of this show that we're going to talk about is actually Kicker Swag, POP as I often call it, which is, you know, hats, shirts, trinkets, keychains.
You name it.
The mat that apparently you've got going on in your build over there, Robert. All of these things fall underneath events and promotions, which Sandy is in charge of. So I talked her into joining me tonight because what I wanted her to do was kind of talk about what she does. If you guys had questions for her and how she creates this stuff, I'm going to put her on the spot a little bit because she shared a story with me earlier today. So hopefully she doesn't freak out and just freeze at the camera. And then we're going to kind of show you, besides this one I'm sporting tonight, the new 2021 swag lineup from Kicker so you guys can know about this. So with that said, Sandy, I'm going to put you on the spot just a little bit. How long have you been working at Kicker?
8 years. I've been here for 8 years, but I started in sales before I moved to marketing, before I went to events. So 8 glorious years.
It doesn't seem like 8 years. Time flies here, doesn't it?
Steve Irby told me once that it seemed like forever.
Well,
I didn't know how to take that, really.
there's two ways to take anything.
Yeah.
Always take it the way you want to take it, not the way you think you shouldn't. With that being said, though, something that is interesting, and it really ties in, and I didn't know this, you shared this story earlier today, is that with her being now in charge of events and promotions, so guys, she doesn't just do this, she does a whole lot of other things. So like Slamology or CESs or SEMAs or any of those big events that we go to, Sandy plays a huge part in getting those shows organized, making sure all the T's are crossed and the I's are dotted so that knuckleheads like us can actually come in and talk to you guys and do some selling and talking and marketing. But you said that in a prior job, you actually did very well at marketing clothing.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about that.
Oh, I was the youngest assistant manager at the age of 17 for a clothing store and got really good at merchandising and putting things together and kind of had an eye for it. So it's really paid off for that I'm doing now.
It has really paid off. I mean, Sandy, we've gotten to a real habit where we're trying to come out with new things on a pretty regular basis to keep things fresh and upbeat. So tell us, Sandy, what do we got lined out for 2021?
Well, I revamped pretty much everything for 2021, except for about 3 or 4 pieces. We have almost 41 new items for 2021 coming out.
And so these new items, obviously, if someone's to go hit the website right now and look, are they all on the website right now?
They are not. They are currently in the process and will hopefully be there by the end of the month. Before the first of the year.
So keep in mind, ladies and gentlemen, anything we're showing you here as far as swag stuff, not all of it, like the floor mat, I think is available now. It's on the site, isn't it?
None of it is on the site, but it is available through customer service if anybody wanted to bug them.
So that's how I was able to send Robert one because it's not on the site, but I just placed an order behind. So keep in mind that all this stuff, it should be on the website.
By the end of the month.
So by the end of the month. So what we're showing you here, you can't go click yet, but it should be up and available by the end of the month. So keep that in mind. So with that kind of said, Sandy, run us through. What do you got?
Well, we have all kinds of new things. We have a new floor mat. We have a big line of black and white logoed product that it seems like that's all we have sitting up here, including, I saw someone earlier ask about a shop shirt, and I ran to the warehouse, and so we've got this awesome red cap shirt that's going to be coming out soon.
Okay, that's the first I've seen that, and I'm going to have one.
It's a surprise for a lot of people.
It's a surprise for me.
So we do have that for those of you that were asking about that. But not only do we have we have new hoodies, we have about a dozen new t-shirts, we have new caps, we've redesigned all of our caps, we have some flex fits, we have some mesh, we even have some women's.
Let me grab, since you're talking about one, go ahead, keep going.
You know, for some with the ponytails, and we have power sports, new women's swag.
Here's my new job, guys. I am now the official go get the clothes for Sandy guy.
Go get the clothes. There are more and more women in the industry, and we see them on the road. People ask, and we just never have really had a whole lot in the way of women's things. So we do have a couple of pieces that we will have available.
So, I really like that pink jacket.
You like the pink jacket?
Yep,
Nice
Kayla will love that.
Pullover. She would. She would look great in it.
Besides everyone else who's watching, I was going to ask Robert and Andy, so are you guys shopping for the ladies in your life? Because if you are, we need to hook you up. We need to hook you up with Sandy. Let me go grab another set here for you, Sandy. So that's the women's. Now that's all the women's that's on the rack over here, correct?
That's all that's on the rack over there.
It's on the rack. So let me I'll just grab the next handful.
Yeah, we have lots of.
I'll give you 2. That way I can have 2 here. So these are some new t-shirts apparently?
Yes, these are the new performance audio line. These are all unisex, so the men that aren't scared to wear pink, this will fit you too.
I'm not scared to wear pink. I'll wear pink. Sandy knows. She's seen me wear True story. This is kind of funny. We were doing, and we're on to do it again this year as long as everything works out for us, but the Kicker Country Stampede, which is a big music festival up in Kansas, and it's in Topeka now.
Topeka in June.
And we did colored shirts every day of the show. And of course, they were nice, bright colors. There were greens and blues and oranges, and there was a pink. And when it came to the pink day, I actually went to Sandy Request. I said, so for that day, I actually want the pink shirt. And so
he was one of the few men.
I was one of the few men because I'm not scared. I'll wear pink. It doesn't scare me a bit. So actually, certain shades of pink actually look good on me. It makes my eyes look good. So there you got that for that. And then, so here's another one, Sandy.
Yes. We have this in the red. We have it in the blue, like what I'm wearing. And then we have the black that's back here on the back of.
And the black is right here. I'll move over a little
Aaron
bit. Maybe.
Hagar's car.
You can see it behind me there on Hagar's car. There's the black one. So we got these three. And then what's in your hand there? Did you get
these? Are some of the retro throwback shirts that we brought out for this year.
I'm digging the retro ones.
I like the yellow ones.
These are fun. They're fun for sure. And we have more. We even have more.
Well, you brought them all. You should know what you have.
I
have no clue. This is all surprise for me.
We have all kinds of good stuff.
And hopefully you guys get a kick out of this, actually getting to see the new POP before it's available. I thought you'd like to meet Sandy, know where this all happened. So
nice.
And then I like these. Here, I'll let you take these.
This is one of my favorites.
I like those a lot. Those are nice.
So we have the, the rock hands, rock and roll concert shirt. And for those outdoor folks, we have the killer bass or bass. However, little play on words.
Killer bass. Dropping hurts or dropping hooks. We got you covered, folks.
We have it all.
I like that.
Delmar would be happy right here with all of this.
And then, of course, there's this one.
Yes, we have, for those of you that have to be, in front
a little more business tire. These are a couple and of course this one, I actually chose to wear this one tonight. It's the same one that's on me. This is actually a very nice feeling and fitting OGO polo, and I absolutely love it. I asked Sandy to get one for the show so I could use it to show it. It's not going back. I'm keeping it. So sorry, Sandy, code it somewhere.
Fine.
It's mine now.
Fine. I coded it.
It's got my cooties on it. It's officially mine. You're not getting it back. It's my shirt. So, and I wanted to wear the orange one, but I knew Ernie would throw an absolute fit because Ernie doesn't like really bright colored clothes on us when we're on camera. It has to do with him doing coloring and things like that. So maybe next week I'll wear something bright like this just so Ernie will flip his lid, because there'd be nothing better than turning on the GoPro and watching Ernie back there flipping his lid, because trust me, that's entertainment.
So we even have face masks. We have neck gaiters. We even have a cooler.
Here, I want you to show these are cool. Show those. I'm gonna hold this one behind my back.
Okay.
So
some pullovers. And these will all be available online by the end of the month.
I like this one a lot myself.
Yeah.
That's going to find its way into my stocking.
Such a good looking shirt.
It is good looking. I love that
Jay
one.
Ralston was wearing this today and showing it off. It looked really sharp.
And then some people have seen this already. I've got to get one.
This
that
is
awesome.
online currently. This is currently online, and you can get this through the website.
And so this is Shop Jacket.
Uh-huh.
And this is a very, very nice
red cap
jacket. It's awesome.
Looks warm.
With a patch.
Yeah. Those
I've
things
actually,
too. I can speak to that. I've got several of those red cap, and I beat them to death at work.
So this is, and I think is that kind of did you touch on the stuff here?
I did.
This is everything off the rack.
Cooler bag.
Here, I'll grab a couple. These probably didn't make it over. Oh, whoa, I like that one a lot. Okay, now that one's, I like that.
So, since they they grounded all of our events, and most of them were canceled. And so that gave me a lot of time to work on a lot of new items. So we have new Power Sports audio, which is new for this year that we haven't really pushed a lot of, is the Power Sports. So
these hats look really nice. I like these.
Well, thank you.
Oh, you got to show the ponytail. If there's ladies watching or guys shopping for your gal, show that one.
It has a little cutout specifically for ponytails. And it's adjustable.
Oh, is
so
that a
their ponytail doesn't. A what? I'm sorry?
Is that a cheetah print?
Yes, it is.
My wife's going to dig that.
Well, then she's going to need one of these. We have flat bills. We have car tags for those of you that need to, sport a little bit more.
I couldn't help myself. I had to do that.
Yeah.
Tumblers, beanies.
Oh, show the
name it.
beanie.
We have all kinds of things.
And you already covered. Ooh, I'm gonna pull this out and bring it up to the front here. I think
cool.
this is really cool, and no kidding, I'm gonna end up with one of these in my employee shopping cart and get this.
I already have one.
Oh,
I have one.
cheater! But this is a portable cooler.
Yes, a 24-can beverage of your choice.
Beverage, iced tea. If you're Derek, it can hold iced tea.
Yes, it can.
Or other.
And, with those beverages, you need the koozies. So
I'm watching the clock. It's part of my job here.
Right.
Sometimes I got to be a clock watcher, but my personality doesn't lend to it very well.
Oh, the hoodie. We didn't show off the new hoodie.
Oh, the new hoodie? Okay, here. I'll give you the new hoodie. I'll move the cooler bag.
New pocket hoodie, pullover. I think that's just about covered everything that we've revamped this year.
So,
Let's talk.
let's talk. So what we've got going on tonight, folks, obviously we wanted to show you the new swag for 2021, especially with Andy, who will probably, as soon as this show's over, probably be texting or emailing Sandy going, I know it's not on the website, but I want one of this, and this. So, Andy, that's between you and Sandy. I can't help you out there, brother.
You know it.
You know how to get hold of me.
Yes.
So what we wanted to do tonight, so just for you who are tuned into the show, we are actually going to do some drawings. And of course, the gifts we're giving away tonight is from Swag Time. It's all the new stuff that Sandy's put together here. And so we're going to have, let me see here too. We got 8 drawings for just an item. And then we got 1 grand prize drawing, and someone's going to walk away. Hey, there's Ryan Impulse. Yo, brother. Good to see you, man. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Thanks for joining us here. That's awesome. Also, I got to give a shout out because if I don't, I'll never live this down. I'm originally from Ohio. I moved to Oklahoma 25 years ago now. I'm actually in my 25th year of working for Kicker. I love it here. I mean that sincerely. I love the things we get to do and who we get to do it for. But I'm originally from Ohio, and my family from Ohio. If you've got those brothers that they think the best way to love you is to make fun of you, that's what I've got for brothers. And they love to give me nothing but a hard time and make fun of me.
Totally appropriate.
Oh yeah, it's never appropriate with them. So I got to give a shout out and a Merry Christmas to my family back home in Ohio, and that would be Kevin Litzy, Kyle Litzy, David Litzy, my brother John Brewer. I got nieces and nephews back there. That would be Evan, Elise, Jacob, and Jenna. I know Kevin's watching because I saw him in here, but I just want to shout out to all of you since I guess I can on the show. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Thanks for tuning in and watching. Please don't make so much fun of me anymore. I got to at least try to get through 90 minutes here, okay? Please. So with that said, Sandy, tell us what the grand prize, because you put this package together.
I did.
So I want you to tell the great folks, look at the red light and tell them what the grand prize winner tonight is going to win, because it's wow.
That's a lot of stuff. So the grand prize winner is going to win a Kicker hoodie.
So Kicker hoodie,
a black beanie,
a
cap of your choice.
So they can
whether
select from
it's
any
a flat bill, a Power Sports, the camo, the black flex fit, whichever.
Okay.
6 koozies, because like you said, you have to have one for your friends.
When it comes to koozies, there's no point in carrying 1 or 2 in your car. If you're not carrying 6 so you can drink with your buddies, what are you doing? You're doing it wrong. So we're giving you 6 so you can do it right.
Yes.
Good.
Couple of keychains.
Perfect.
An assortment of decals.
The
cooler bag.
Oh, the cooler bag.
The floor mat.
A floor mat.
2 face masks.
2 of the Gator face. Oh no, 2 of the face masks.
Face masks.
So, real quick, no matter where you sit on this topic, this is pretty cool that when this all went down, that we actually went in and did our own Kicker branded face mask. So whoever wins this grand prize tonight, lucky you, you're actually going to get a couple of Kicker branded. And I don't know if Timmy can get a close up on this or not. We'll try to give a shot, but it is a KICKER branded face mask, and it's nice material.
It's cooling.
It's cooling. It's adjustable.
Has a nose adjustable nose.
Adjustable
and
nose
adjustable earpieces.
and adjustable side pieces. So this is a nice mask. So if you feel that you need to have something like this in your daily life, we're going to give you a couple of these as well.
Yep.
And these will be on the website?
They are currently on the website.
Perfect. Sorry to interrupt you. I just want to touch on that.
Good.
So go on.
2 net gaiters.
So
which
2 net gaiters.
can also be used as a mask, I suppose.
Sure. That's what I use. I use a net gaiter.
You're also going to get a KICKER Unmasked shirt
Ooh.
for being here.
Hey, and remember, guys, these KICKER Unmasked Live T-shirts, just to let you know, you'll never be able to buy these. These are only way you can get one of these is by tuning into the show and taking part in our contests and giveaways. That's the only time you're going to be able to get a KICKER Unmasked shirt. So if you want one of these puppies, tune in and play with us because we love giving them away.
They're also going to get a performance audio T-shirt of their color choice.
Okay.
So out of the blue, the red, the pink, or the black.
And you're wearing the blue right
Yes.
now. The black is back here on the thing. We saw the
Yes.
pink.
Yes.
I would choose the pink, but you choose what you like.
They're also going to get a shop shirt, which I just threw in at the last minute.
Oh,
So they'll get one of these.
all right, so they qualify. And you know, Robert and Andy, I hate to tell you, you guys really don't qualify for the drawing because there's all that legal mumbo jumbo. So I hate to tell you that, but you're not qualified for the drawing.
But you
so.
know how to get a hold of them.
But you know how to.
Unreal.
Automatic reasons.
But we're not done. There's more.
But we're not done. So that's a whole lot of swag. Basically, for anyone who wins this grand prize package, you've got a pretty good swath of all of the new 2021 swag coming from KICKER. So I'm really hoping that a dedicated hardcore KICKER fan wins this one. While you're tuned to this channel, you must be that already. And you're going to have some fun wearing this gear in the next year.
Their closet will look like ours.
Yeah, there's nothing in my closet that doesn't say KICKER on it. So that's the swag, but what else did you add? Because when you and I talked about this, you're going to come up with something really unique. So what else?
We also have the EB200s.
Okay, so
which are
these are the Hi-Fi Vega certified deep bass, smooth mid, rolled off treble. That's his response, his description, not mine.
It's a very good description.
But these things, obviously, these are the same ones that we use here for the studio work here. So we actually have a Bluetooth feed that comes out of the gear back there. We actually have a Bluetooth feed that comes out these, and this is what we use here on the studio. They're light, they're fantastic, they're well balanced. So you're going to get a set of these in for the grand prize winner.
Yes.
And what else?
They're also going to get a set of the Cushion C noise canceling headphones.
These are awesome.
They are awesome. I haven't got to use them in a while since I used them on a plane, but
that's
we're here.
Kind of where I use mine all the time is I use them on an airplane, but I have been using them at home to watch videos at home because if I don't turn the audio off on some videos I watch, my wife's going to kill me.
She will.
Yeah.
You'll sleep outside.
Yeah, I don't want to be dead for the holidays. So these, I've actually been using these a lot at my house. The Cushion C's, guys, these are the real deal. I'll put these up against anything that's 2 to 3 times the price out there from whatever brand you want to pick. When it comes to a noise canceling headphone, the sound quality of these, the way they eliminate noise, the battery life, you get up to 20 hours of life out of these. I mean, when I charged them the first time, I think I went on 4 plane flights before I had to charge them again. I just forgot to charge them because they just went in my backpack. These are the real deal. They're very well built, great materials, fit and finish. I can't recommend these enough.
And one other thing.
What else?
They get a BF 400.
Oh. So for those of you out there who may or may not know what a BF 400 is, this is the Bullfrog and this is the big boy. It actually has a driver on the front and a driver on the back. It is not waterproof per se. Don't throw this into the pool. Don't throw it into the ocean. Don't let it sink. But you can splash this all day long and it's not going to hurt it.
As long as you have this little door closed.
Yeah.
I have mine sitting on the edge of my shower.
Yeah. So you can spray water at this all day long. The only thing you can't do with a BF 400 is immerse it. You can't throw it and let it go underwater. But so it's water resistant, very water resistant. They're fantastic products. They sound great. If you get one and you like it so much, you could get yourself another one, and you can actually pair 2 of them together. So they become basically a master unit and a secondary auxiliary unit, and you can pair 2 of these together, and it'll play the same source that you're streaming to the master. It'll play it on the auxiliary unit, and you can adjust the volume of both of them in unison. So this is a fantastic product. Big heavy battery inside. That's where a lot of the weight is. And you can use this as an auxiliary battery pack. So if you're out on the town or you're out at the beach or whatever you're doing by the pool, if your phone starts going dead, you can plug into this and use it as a battery to charge your phone or your tablet back up. So these are wonderful.
And we have one other item that we didn't talk about. And I want to talk about it now because I'm going to make an executive call and I'm going to go ahead and throw it in on the package.
Okay.
We have a shop stool for those of you that.
What?
Yeah. We have a rolling shop stool. Timmy, going to get down in there. Can you give me a shot of that
shop stool? It's down here in front. That's the shop stool.
It's adjustable. The seat raises and lowers. It's got a little tray down there for you to put your tools while you're rolling around in the shop. And I didn't show it off earlier because I kind of forgot about it. And so it's just going to fit right in with the package.
So you're going to put that into the grand prize package?
I'm going to put it in with the package.
Wow. Okay. So it looks like, any comments, Andy? Any comments, Robert?
That's a lot of stuff. That's a lot of stuff. I like it all.
Available on the website.
I 100% stand behind the shop stool. I have one of those. My wife told me that I need to get another one for her because she likes to do her crafts on it. But that thing, I've had cheap ones and they just break. You know, I'm a big guy. I'm 290 pounds, but this thing is, I mean, it's filthy now, but because it's been out in the garage. So I've been told I got to get another one. I got to order another one.
Well, they are currently online.
So Brandon Boyd, hey, scroll up a little bit there. Give me Brandon. Yeah, throw Brandon up. Get him up there. So if you guys remember, if you've participated, you know the quad box giveaway we did. We had D&B Sales from Fort Wayne, Indiana join us. And Brandon and Robert were great guys, and they actually added gear from their own store to the giveaway package. So shout out again to them for that. But Brandon says, he's talking about the shop stool. I use that every day and boss Robert Kelly around. So apparently it's effective, especially if you're bossing him around.
Yes. Well, and yesterday was his birthday. So I was going to do a little belated birthday shout out to him for being such a good sport and coming on the show so many times.
So give it to him.
I did. Happy birthday, Robert.
Happy birthday, Robert. Thank you for participating with us, and thanks for being a great guy. You and Brandon, you're doing business the right way over there at D&B, and we're proud to have you as dealers, and we love having you join us on the show when it makes sense. You can work in your schedule. So Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to you guys as well. Appreciate it. So we're coming up, and again, I'm clock watching. So now I'm going to ask a question that we'll have Ernie shout. Have we got our winners? Yes. We have our winners?
We have our
We're ready to go?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, folks, I hope you've appreciated and enjoyed what we've done here. We're going to go ahead now and we're going to announce the winners so we don't feel too rushed here and give away these fantastic, because it's not, we talked about the grand prize. And of course, the grand prize winner is going to be smiling all the way to the Cheesecake Factory. But we actually have 8 other drawings that we pulled where it's just a single item that Sandy has selected to go into the drawing. So in reverse order, so starting from the last winner, and we'll do the grand prize winner at the very top. So Jeremy or Bill, whoever's in charge back there, because I don't know at this point, what is our first winner in the contest? So winner number 9, Taylor Goldade, if I'm reading that right. Goldade wins a black beanie. So Taylor, do we have a black beanie up here, Sandy?
We do, right here.
Pull that puppy out.
Fleece lined, embroidered. That's a nice one. It is super nice.
Okay, so winner number 9 in the drawing tonight is going to be Taylor Goldade. And man, I apologize if I got your last name wrong, but I appreciate that. You are the first winner. You've won yourself a black beanie. So what we need you to do, Taylor, is we need you to send an email to social@kicker.com. And in that email, I'll say give us your full name, give us your shipping address, and we will get that beanie out in the mail to you. But that's the process for you to get that prize. So just drop an email, social@kicker.com. Give us that information. We cannot ship to a P.O. box, so please give us an actual physical address. No P.O. boxes. If you send us a P.O. box, we'll have to reach back out to you and get an actual real address. We just can't ship to a P.O. box. So Taylor, you're our first winner. Congratulations and Merry Christmas. That beanie's going to look really good on you. Who is winner number 8, Jeremy or Bill? Winner number 8 is Randall Kramer, and you also win yourself a black beanie as well. Randall Kramer, you are winner number 8 in our contest right here. Same procedure. We need you to reach out to social@kicker.com, give us your full name, shipping address, and we'll get the beanie out in the mail to you. So Randall, Merry Christmas, and thank you for being here tonight. You are winner number 8. Let's go on to winner number 7, guys. Who do we have? Winner number 7 is Don Wellard. Don Wellard, and you win a Kicker Unmasked t-shirt. So these only way to get them T-shirts that we've got here, you just walked away with one, Don. Thank you for tuning in tonight. Thank you for participating. Merry Christmas. Again, send us your full name and an email to social@kicker.com. You're going to get tired of me saying this because I'm going to say it every time. But you need to email us there. Give us your full name and shipping information. We will get this in the mail to you, and you will have this. It'll be probably between Christmas and New Year's. I don't think there's any way you're going to get it before Christmas at this point, unless you know Santa and can get it on the sleigh. Winner number 6, Jeremy. Bill, tell me who it is. Jason Courtney. Jason Courtney, you are winner number 6, and you too are going to win one of these Kicker Unmasked Live event T-shirts. So Jason, please send us an email to social@kicker.com. I'm sure Bill is going to drop this into the comments feed so you can grab it there if you need to, but you are a winner of an Unmasked Live T-shirt. Just send us your shipping information, full name. We'll get that in the mail to you. Thank you for playing, and Merry Christmas. Winner number 5, who do we have back there, Bill and Jeremy? Oh, winner number 5 is Michael Mears. I hope I'm pronouncing that properly. You win a Kicker Performance Audio T-shirt. So like the one Sandy's sporting right now, the blue.
We also have black, pink, and red.
Pink or red. So what you'll need to do, and by the way, guys, if you're a winner of a shirt, like the Kicker Unmasked shirt, when you send us that email, be sure to include your size, because we are going to send you one that'll fit you, because if you're like me, I don't look good in a schmedium, and I don't need a schmedium, so you need one that actually fits you properly. So give us your size in that email, and we will get you the right shirt. Same thing on this one, Michael. Tell us what color you want and what size you want, because you have your choice. So Michael, you're winner number 5. Drop us at social@kicker.com with name, shipping address, which shirt you want, and what your size is, and we will get that out to you. How about winner number 4, gentlemen? Who do we have? Winner number 4 is Jerry Lafferty. Jerry, you also have won a Kicker Performance Audio T-shirt. Same gig. Drop us an email at social@kicker.com. Tell your name, shipping address, which color, and that would be blue, black, pink, or red.
Correct.
Tell us which color you want and what size you need, and we will get that sent out to you as well. So winner number 4, Jerry, Merry Christmas. Thank you for tuning in tonight. We sure appreciate it. All right, we're getting close to number 1. Let's go to number 3. Who's winner number 3, folks? Winner number 3 is Andrew Lowe. Andrew! Whoop, whoop. Andrew, you just won yourself a Kicker hoodie. So right here you go. This is the brand new 2021 Kicker hoodie. Sandy wants to send you one of these immediately. So for that to happen, please drop us an email to social@kicker.com, full name, full shipping address, and then tell us which size you would like to have, because again,
I bet we have his address.
You think we do?
I bet so.
I know, but we got to make him jump through the hoops.
We should.
Yeah. You got to do it official like. So send us an email, Andrew, so we can get you the right size and get you. Sandy may know your size. I don't know. We'll just have to see. Okay. Winner number 2, folks. Throw me another one up on the screen, please. Jonathan Fowler. You just won yourself a Performance Audio hoodie as well. Same one that Andrew just won. So Jonathan Fowler, you just won a hoodie. Same procedure, social@kicker.com, full name, shipping address, and what size you need. We will get that in the mail to you. Probably won't get it before Christmas, but probably between Christmas and New Year's, but it'll be coming your way. And then the grand prize winner. Don't show them yet. Not yet, guys, not yet. But the grand prize winner. And honestly, Andy, do you think this is a pretty good package?
Seems like it, for sure.
You feel
They'll love it.
What do you think, Robert? Is a legit package to give away some people who tuned in tonight?
Yeah, for sure. If they don't want it, I'll take it.
Same. Not that I need any more Kicker stuff.
We understand where you're coming from, and we get it. So the number 1 grand prize winner who's going to walk away with the full package that Sandy described, which is basically you're running through the garden of swag here at Kicker, and she's setting you up with a little bit of everything, along with some great personal audio products, which is going to be the Bullfrog 400, the EB200 in-ear earbuds, and the HPNCs. And I'm going to give a shout out to him. What do you think about the HPNCs, Andy?
I don't have those ones.
You
those
don't?
headphones.
I thought you did.
No, I had the older cord ones, and the Cush. I do not have those. I need them. I definitely need them. They're more convenient for daily activities than these big things. But these things sound wonderful, and the battery lasts forever. So I ain't complaining.
Wow, I thought you had a set of the Cush NC, so we're gonna have a little talk about that, you and me. See what you get something there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All right. All right, so without any more anticipation, and understand these are all random drawings out of our Gleam system, so congratulations to winners 2 through 9, but our grand prize winner is Dylan Kelly. Dylan Kelly, you win the massive Kicker Swag prize pack tonight. Hope you're going to enjoy this. What we need from you, obviously, we have a lot of stuff that's here for you to choose from. It would probably be best, throw us an email to social@kicker.com so that we can actually reach back out to you with all the different prizes you've won, because some of those you're going to have to pick a color and a size. Some of them you're just going to have to give us a size. So we will reach out back to you with the full sheet, and then you can just basically fill in the blanks and tell us which size and what color you want on that. So that wraps up the grand prize winner from tonight's 2021 swag show off and display. Sandy was our host for this. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Sandy did a great job. She was all nervous about doing this. She did better than I did. So we need to have Sandy come back.
Yeah, you did great, Sandy.
Robin Wilson said, Kip, draw a girl's name sometime. Robin, we have no control over what Gleam picks, but you know what? Maybe sometime we'll have to bend the rules and just pick you and give you something since you brought that up. Matter of fact, Robin, what the heck? I want you to send an email to social@kicker.com right now, Robin. Tell us which shirt you would like to have and which color and what your size is. We're going to send you one anyway. So that makes 10 winners for tonight. What do you think about that?
Wow.
So Robin,
that's awesome.
I just made you a winner, Robin. Do you like that? I've just given you, so reach out, social@kicker.com, Robin, and we will get you a T-shirt and your color. I'm going to guess and hope maybe you go for the blue or the pink, but hey, there's always the Kicker Unmasked Live T-shirt. So whatever you like, you just let us know. So with that said, as you know, guys, I try to keep this right at 90 minutes and try not to, be too and cumbersome on people's times. But real quick, I want to bring up into the main screen, Robert, you got anything for us tonight?
Tonight,
Got anything to add?
All I can add is that I like the Kicker Bluetooth headphones. I've got 3 pairs of them now.
Oh,
the Bullfrog, I can 100% stand behind that. And outside of that, I just want to say Merry Christmas to everybody at the Kicker family, out in the chat, out watching. I hope you guys enjoy your time with your family and just have a good, wholesome time.
Everyone, Robert's a very humble guy, but I want to give a shout out. Be sure you tune into his show. He's got streaming going on. All that's his the 12 Days of Christmas, if I remember right. I'm definitely going to be tuning in and watching his channel, see what's going on. I encourage you to do the same. Robert is a great guy. He's fantastic to watch. He has a lot of great guests on and great information. So, Robert, I really sincerely appreciate the time you take out of your schedule to come hang with us here on the Kicker Unmasked Live channel. So I appreciate it, and I look forward to doing some more great things with you on Collab, especially when it comes to product testing, because you guys do it right, and we want to do things with you. So thank you, Robert. I appreciate it.
Yeah, appreciate it. And I forgot to mention, we're doing 12E Talk tomorrow, so we'll be there at our normal time. Everybody knows.
I'll be there. 12V, you know me. I'll be there. And then Andy McGill, mean it, brother. You are definitely a Kicker super fan. Thank you for taking time out of your schedule and joining us. You're doing some great things. I love to see you out helping the community, whether it's Kicker product or not. It's just nice that you have a heart and the generosity that you want to go out and help people make sure they're doing the right thing. You're doing great things, brother. Shout out. You have anything you want to add as far as your channels or some to the people who are watching?
Yeah, my YouTube channel, Living Loud with Andy, pretty easy to find. But I just want to say thank you for having me on tonight. This is groundbreaking. This is awesome. Truly a blessing. And I love the Kicker brand. I love the Kicker family, the people that work for you, if you want to call it work. I just love everything about it. I really do. And just keep doing what you're doing.
Andy, I appreciate it. Thank you for joining us. I'm going to reach out to our guy on the buttons and control panel behind the scenes. That'd be Mr. Ernie Ficklin. Ernie, will you give me an overhead view of the whole studio, please, sir? I'd like for people to kind of get a look what's going on here. Again, no joking aside, when this whole thing, this year change, it was kind of radical. We took our entire conference room and we tuned it into a production studio. As you can see there, we got partitions up. That's Ernie, Jeremy, and Bill behind the scenes making all this happen. Give a wave, guys. And Tim, come on around here. Get off that camera and come join us. So you can get out here into the main view. Come on in, join us, brother. Come on in. Come closer.
On in.
Come closer. Come closer. You can squeeze on in. So with that said, I want to give a sincere thanks to Robert Hi-Fi Vega for joining us tonight. Andy McGill, thank you for spending some time with us. It's been great. I hope everyone who's tuned in enjoyed what we had to offer. I hope you like the new 2021 lineup. Again, Sandy said that stuff should be up by the end of the year. So if you want any of this new stuff, it should be up sometime, hoping end of year, first of the year.
Yes, absolutely. They're
You can
working
see
on
this.
it now.
And hopefully you enjoyed the giveaways, and, kind of reach out to us at social@kicker.com or on Facebook or Instagram. Let us know how you feel. If you like these small giveaways that we're doing at each show, let us know. Feedback is what drives what we're going to do here, because at the end of the day, folks, we're really doing this for you guys. We have fun doing it. It's a lot of work, but we really do enjoy it. So from myself, Sandy, Tim, Bill, Jeremy, and Ernie, who are back behind the panel, and every employee here at Stillwater Designs Kicker, we wish you a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. We look forward to seeing you at the next show, which will be Tuesday, January 5th, at the new year, 2021. Let's all have fun. Let's all be good and kind to each other. Have a good one. Thanks, folks.
Merry Christmas, everyone.
Merry Christmas.
See you later.